Shadowlands is launching with 80 plus mounts, which is quite a lot for an expansion launch, so I wanted to run through all of the mounts you're going to be able to find within the zone Revendreth. This video is powered by Kingston and HyperX. Ensure you're ready for Shadowlands launch with their Fury DDR4 RGB RAM, or speed up your loading speeds with their KC2500 M.2 SSDs. Find out more in the link below. The first mount up we're going to talk about will be the Court Sinrunner. And there's not a whole lot going on with this mount. It's a typical mount, it's a horse basically. This will be available to Horde and Alliance and available regardless of your Covenant as well, so open to all Covenants. To get this mount, you will need to reach Exalted with the Court of Harvesters, which is going to be the general faction attached to the zone. So you'll gain reputation by doing quests, by doing world quests, and by doing emissaries, which have now been renamed to be call-ins. Generally, the world quest will give you 100 plus reputation per world quest that you complete, and there will be some world quests where their reward is additional reputation too, so you are going to get a nice little chunk per world quest that you complete, although there will be less world quests in general in Shadowlands. They're not going to come up as frequently as they did in BFA, which most people like, but if you're trying to gain the rep faster, then it is going to slow you down a little bit there. Contracts will also still be available, so you can get one for the Court of Harvesters, and any world quest you complete will give you 10 additional reputation with the Court of Harvesters, and inscriptors will be able to make those. You can grab them off an inscriptor or from the auction house. Now they do only give 10 reps still, and I do hope Blizzard bumps that up a little bit, because there are less world quests in general in Shadowlands to do. You are just going to be getting less value out of your contract. The next mount we're going to talk about will be the Loyal Gorger, which is a really cool looking mount. And this is going to be obtained from a 7-day questline, but to start that questline you'll need a rare drop from a rare spawn called the World Edge Gorger. This is a rare that you're going to be able to kill once per day, although it will be quite challenging to solo, but there should be tons of people around to help anyway. And to get the World Edge Gorger to spawn, you will need an item as well. So first of all, you'll want to head over to the Bane Wood in Revendreth, which I'll be showing you now, and roughly in this area you'll find these blue monsters called Devourers. Keep killing these until you get an item called Enticing Anima. Once you have the Anima, you'll then head to the very edge of the Bane Wood on the cliff. You'll find these braziers, you'll click on those using the item, and that will spawn the World Edge Gorger. Killing it, you'll have a very low chance, I'm guessing around 3 to 5% chance, of getting an item called the Impressionable Gorger spawn. What this will do is it'll instantly go into your bags and then remove itself. And then when you head over to the Endmire, which is a little bit more north of where you were in the Bane Wood, a little Gorger will run over and start the quest line. And then from there you'll have 7 days of dailies basically. To start the dailies you'll just keep going over to the Endmire. Day 1 will be to collect Vine Root, Day 2 to collect even more Vine Root, Day 3 to kill the Devourers for their fruit, Day 4 to kill them for even more fruit, Day 5 to kill the Gorgers in the Endmire, Day 6 to kill even more of the Gorgers, and then Day 7 you'll finish it up by killing an elite called the Unbidden World Eater. Once all of that is done, you'll get your mount on the 7th day, and you'll have yourself the Loyal Gorger. And as I said, to start this questline you'll need that item, and then to do your dailies you'll just head over to the Endmire and it'll come running along and you can do your daily for the day. The next mount up to talk about is going to be the Endmire Flyer, which is going to be a low drop chance from the rare called Famu the Infinite, who you can kill once per day for a chance at its loot. Now to spawn Famu the Infinite, you'll want to head over to the Endmire, and kind of in the north area, we'll find an NPC just stood there called Seeker Hilda. They'll have some dialogue if the rare's kind of available to be spawned. You'll be able to speak to them and continue the dialogue. A portal will open and you'll have to fight various waves of mobs. There'll be like 2 or 3 waves. Once you're done with the waves, then Famu the Infinite will spawn, and this is a very challenging rare. You're not really going to be able to solo this. It has like 800k HP, so it's going to be a very difficult rare, but you can get a group fairly easily. During the fight, it'll put down these kind of orb things that you'll definitely want to move out of as they deal a lot of damage, and then you'll kill Famu the Infinite for a low chance at that Endmire Flyer. If I was to guess, I would definitely say sub 3% chance on this one. The next mount up we're going to talk about will be Sinrunner Blanchy, and this is going to be this kind of spectral red horse, available to Horde and Alliance regardless of Covenant, and it cannot fly for those who ask. And to get this mount, you'll need to complete 6 days of dailies with Blanchy. This is going to spawn a little bit north of where we just killed Famu the Infinite. It'll be in this water section and it'll spawn and immediately start running. If you're in its path, however, though, it will stop and you'll be able to interact with it. And what you'll need to do is interact with it 6 days. It doesn't need to be in a row, just 6 days total, and you'll get yourself the mount. Now each day though, it will require a different item. On day 1, you'll need 8 handful of oats from Westfall, so you'll go to Westfall Fields, grab those. Then you'll need a groom brush from Snickersnee in Darkhaven. Then you'll need 4 sturdy horseshoes, which you can find around the roads on the east side of Revendreth. Then you'll need a bucket of clean water, which you can get the empty bucket from right near Snickersney and take it to Bastion or Ardenweald and fill it with water. Then you'll need a comfortable saddle blanket, which we can purchase from So True in the kind of south end of Revendreth. Although the thing that you need to purchase this will rotate weekly, but it's generally kind of profession material, so it's not too bad. And then finally, you'll need 3 Dread Hollow apples, which we can purchase from Mims in the hole in the wall. Now you can get these items whenever you want. It will be that set order that you need them, so do make sure you have the items ready for that particular day. And you can join people's groups and find their Sinrunner Blanchy up and feed theirs, and you'll still get progress towards your own. So you can make use of that as well, and that's going to be the best way. But if you want to farm for it yourself, then it has about an hour to 2 hour respawn, so you'll want to just camp yourself kind of in that little river area, wait for it to spawn, it'll run into you, and then you can interact. But as I said, looking out for groups that are doing this or that have it up on their realm is going to be your best bet. Keep repeating that, do your 6 days, and you'll get yourself the Sinrunner Blanchy. The next mount to talk about will be the Horrid Dredwing, which is going to be a low drop chance from a rare called Horrid the Horrid. However, to get this to spawn, you will need a Venthyr player who has their Anima Conductor tier 1, which is a new system with your Sanctum. You'll have this system called the Anima Conductor, and you'll be able to funnel Anima to a place called Wayne Crypt Hill for the day. If they do that, then they can head over to near Wayne Crypt Hill. You'll find on the southwest a little area called Dread Hollow. And previously, it doesn't seem to work like that right now on beta, but previously you would loot 3 different items and they're all still obtainable. And that would be these 2 Dread Hollow tools, which you can find kind of in the broken wagons and in some buildings within Dread Hollow. And then the important one, the one that still is currently required, which is the Ballista Bolt, and you'll find this kind of resting against a wall on the right side of Dread Hollow. Once you're done with all that, you'll head a little bit more right into kind of like the chasm, and down there you'll find some NPCs around a ballista, and you'd hand the tools to the dredgers, although currently that doesn't seem to be needed, and then you would hand the Ballista Bolt to the big guy called Wing Smash at the back. He'll say time to smash, you can talk to him again to begin the fight, and he'll head over, put the bolt in the ballista, fire the ballista, and then Horrid the Horrid will come down. Now, a Venthyr is required to summon the rare, but any Covenant can take part in the kill and have a chance at the mount themselves. It just requires a Venthyr to kind of get things going. And you'll be able to give this a go once per day, and it has quite a low drop chance, once again, kind of assuming below 3%. So all those mounts we just talked about are obtainable by anyone in any Covenant, while these final 8 we're going to mention are for Venthyr only. They're going to be the Venthyr specific Covenant mount, which are Gargons. There'll be 8 for you to obtain in total, and even if you get these on your Venthyr character and try to use them on your Kyrian, for example, it's not going to work. So only usable by Venthyr players. As I said, there's going to be 8 of these. You're going to get 2 of them from Renown. First of all, the Sinfall Gargon, which you'll get at Renown level 23, and you'll get Renown from weekly kind of content and also from doing the story quests when they come up as well. So yeah, get to Renown 23, you'll get the Sinfall Gargon. It's going to take you quite a bit of time. And then finally, you'll get the Gravestone Battle Gargon at Renown 39. And that's pretty much, the cap is 40, so getting this one is going to take quite a lot of time as well. And then you're going to have 2 Gargons, which are rewards from the campaign quest lines, although the campaign chapters will be locked behind Renown as well, so you will need to get your Renown up to get these ones. For chapter 3 of the campaign, you'll get yourself the Crypt Gargon. And for chapter 7 of the campaign, you'll get yourself the Battle Gargon Vrednic. The next one up is going to be the Inquisition Gargon, which is going to require you to get exalted with the Avowed, which is a second reputation within Revendreth. And this is going to be a very long rep grind. To get this started, you'll head over to kind of the Crypts of the Forgotten / the Halls of Atonement, and there'll be a quest there called the Absolution of Souls. You'll follow that chain, and eventually you'll unlock the Avowed. And then from there, it's a case of grinding mobs within the uninstanced or the instance version of Halls of Atonement until you hit Friendly and then Honored, and then the reputation will stop from the dungeon at Honored. And then from there, you'll go around and collect these kind of souls that are scattered around the Halls of Atonement, and in those will give you 62 reputation. And then you'll also gain these items to kill these Inquisitioners, High Inquisitioners, and Grand Inquisitioners, which will give you 50 rep for the Inquisitioner, 100 rep for the High Inquisitioner, and 200 rep for the Grand Inquisitioner. There's quite a lot going on with this reputation, and I do have a full in-depth guide on this if you're interested in finding out all of the details. The next mount up is going to be the Battle Gargon Silessa, and this is going to be my favorite one out of all these Gargons. It's going to have this red armor to it, and this is going to come from tier 3 of the Blood Mirror system. So you'll need to unlock your Blood Mirror system to level 3, and there you'll be taught how to repair these broken mirrors. I've only found 2 of these broken mirrors so far to be repaired, one within the Shrouded Asylum, which is like the bottom left of the zone, and then the other one in the Castle Nathria area. I'll be showing you specifically where those are now. And you'll basically get one of these repair kits, which will cost you 20 infused rubies. You'll take the repair kit to the broken mirror, you'll repair the mirror and walk through it. And you'll be able to repair these mirrors once per day, and there'll be a chance from the chest within them to give you the mount. It does seem to be on quite a low drop chance, and I'd imagine there are more mirrors that you can do daily, although I was only able to find these 2 so far. The next mount to talk about is going to be the Hopecrusher Gargon, which has a low drop chance from the rare called Hopecrusher. You'll find this within Castle Nathria. You'll click kind of the corpse and it'll spawn, and the main thing you need to know about this is just kite it when it's doing the Enrage, and also do kind of like an AoE bleed around it. You just need to move away from that. And other players, other covenants can take part in the kill and get loot, but only the Vrednic players are going to have a chance at that mount once per day. The final mount to talk about will be Desire's Battle Gargon, and unfortunately with this one I don't know exactly where it comes from, although I have a very strong idea and I would be surprised if I'm wrong, but hey, I could still be wrong. So I believe this comes from the Ember Court, which is the unique feature for Vrednic. It's to host like a party once per week. And this mount seems to be related to one of the guests that you can invite to the party called the Countess. She has her own reputation bar, and you can progress her rewards during the Ember Court. So I believe it's either from progressing her reputation far enough, or from impressing her enough during the parties, and there'll be a chance it comes from her specific box. It's probably one of those 2 things, but as I said, I could be wrong and it may have another source. But based on how the other covenants work as well, they seem to have more mounts, like a unique mount attached to their unique feature. So I would be very surprised if this isn't where it comes from, at least somewhere within the Ember Court. So that is all the mounts you're going to be able to get within Revendreth. Obviously the Vrednic specific ones and then the general ones as well. Brings us up to around, what, 13 or so mounts you're going to be able to get from Revendreth. So a good amount to collect from the zone. So yeah, hopefully that has helped you out. Look out for more of these guides coming very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.